What's up, everybody? It's me, Eman from Eman's Movie Reviews, and today we're gonna review the movie Sleight. Was this your card? Of course it was. Look, no need to adjust your screens. I know I look a little different, and there's a simple reason for that. I saved a ton of money by switching my insurance to Geico. Okay, let's go over a quick intro for the movie Sleight. Bo is a young man that does street magic and deals drugs. While trying to get himself and his little sister out of the bad neighborhood, Bo has to rely on his street magic and his intellect to get them out of some dangerous situations. But enough of that, let's get into the good.
The good.
What I appreciated the most is probably the fact that we took a very typical situation that we've seen in movies before, but there was a slightly different take on it. As a fan of magic in general, I really liked how they used magic in this entire film. It wasn't over the top or crazy like you'd see something in Now You See Me. Instead, it was very practical and realistic magic. They even go so far as showing you how some of the tricks are actually done. And once you actually discover the secret behind Bo's magic, that's when you really start to understand that this movie is a little bit more original than you probably expected. In my opinion, once you find out Bo's secret behind his magic, that's when you really start to see how grounded this film really is, especially with its entire tone. Now, I'm a fan of Jacob Latimore's past work, and this movie is no exception. Personally, I think that this is a good movie for him to take the next step forward in his film career. He was able to carry a lot of the dramatic moments in the film, and you could definitely tell in this one specific scene where it's so intense that his mere emotions and expressions will probably get your heart pumping as well. I've also got to give props to Dulé Hill, hopefully I said that name right, because this is the first time I've ever seen him a little bit out of character compared to his more humorous roles in something like Sleight or a more serious role like in The West Wing. This is the first time I've ever seen him be a villain, and a pretty intimidating one at that. But enough of that, let's get into the bad.
The bad.
I think one of the biggest issues I had with this was the issue of pacing. There were a couple moments where the film just seemed to drag a little bit, but there's a little irony in that because the movie was only an hour and 30 minutes, which is usually a perfect length for a film. Unfortunately, even though there were certain parts that lagged, it felt rushed at the same time when it came to the character development. For example, there are certain characters that we're introduced to. Once we're starting to get used to the character showing up, boom, we're introduced with like their traumatic situation, or we find out their true nature. It just didn't seem like a steady progression to help build the characters up. Beyond that, there were only a few minor twists in the film, but overall it was still kind of predictable. I think the end of the film kind of leaves you wanting more, but not necessarily in the good way, because I wanted more before the film even ended. I really wanted them to showcase more of Bo's intellect outside of his big trick, just to really show that, you know, the guy is smart. Yes, they show a couple things with him doing pickpocketing and stuff like that, and that's okay. I just wanted a little bit more magic, and I wanted to see him apply that magic a little bit more than what was shown in the movie. I also think that the film could have used a little bit more mystery had there been different magic tricks that we just simply couldn't have explained. I mean, that is the appeal with magic after all. But anyway, let's go to the reason.
The reason.
Director and writer J.D. Dillard does a really good job of blending genres together. He was able to portray and construct a real life situation, but at the same time within a genre that we're not usually accustomed to seeing minorities take the lead in playing those roles. I guess in a sense it was nice to see a subtle approach to a certain genre without the diversity card just being pushed all in our faces. So when it comes to the rating for Sleight, I've got to give it a 7 out of 10. Sleight is a solid film. I don't see it breaking any box office numbers or anything, but I do think it is still worth the watch in theaters. I'd say that it's probably a really good matinee show to go into with low expectations. All right, well that's all I got for today. Thank you for joining me once again. I do apologize to you all for not doing more videos. In case you haven't known, I have been doing more videos for movietickets.com because I'm part of the movie mob with them. That's a place where I get to do different types of videos, and it's definitely well worth the watch. So you should definitely check it out just so you don't miss any of my content. I do have to do some more video reviews because a lot of you guys have been asking for it, and I know I owe it to you guys because, well, a lot of you have stuck with me because of my video reviews. So Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be the next video that I do. I'm probably also going to do one for Alien Covenant as well, and we'll see. I'll just try and make a better effort to do more video reviews for you guys because I really appreciate you for sticking with me, showing me support, you know, commenting, liking, sharing my videos. It's is always appreciated. So until next time, I've got great stuff coming up for you guys. Be on the lookout. I've got something very special at movietickets.com releasing very soon about Sleight. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.